goes the bell. Ding ding. 3, 4, 5 people climb on the tram. 5 of 26, packed like sardines. I'm the hungry cat, looking at them from the other side of the window. Ding ding. The tram moves off, rolling away on the rusty railways, beaten between stone and stone by people with no name. It's like they've never existed for the commuters of today. The metal tyres creak against the bronze tracks. The sound pierces my ears like nails on a blackboard. One of the sardines, 1 of 26, looks at me from the rear window. He's only a boy. I can only see his head. The rest of his body is still too short to reach the glass. He waves his hand in the air. I don't. It's an old times gesture. I hate it. The melancholy tied to it. It makes me want to cry. The boy's head and his little hand get smaller as the tram keeps going further away from me. A few more blinks, and it's gone. I'm thankful I haven't seen him leaving like that, progressively disappearing. That boy reminds me of him, of the way he would wave a handkerchief, pretending to cry from the other side of the window, watching me standing there on a platform made of concrete, left alone among those other lonely people standing there with me. Platforms are like piers, extending inside the sea, like the area just before an airport security gate. The places of goodbyes, homes of those melancholic waving hands, of those people who arrive there with someone but leave alone, tied to the feeling of missing someone, even though perhaps they don't. I've always hated that moment, that floaty handkerchief, his fake tears, my fake smile. I hated him doing that, because he's never known. He's never seen the tears that would come as soon as the doors would shut. He's never felt my sighs getting covered by the squealing of tyres on the tracks. I used to run after trains as a child. I couldn't accept watching people leave. So, I'd run. It wasn't my decision. It was simply the only thing I could do. But running was even worse than standing still, because you still feel melancholic, but that feeling is mixed with a bitter sense of failure, of disappointment, of not keeping up with the train's speed, of frustration for being forced to stop by the end of the platform. It fills you with anger rather than sadness, and the funny thing is that while you feel that pain, you imagine the person on the train, the one you've been chasing, sitting quietly, relaxed, unconcerned, on a neat and comfortable seat. I can't remember when I've stopped. I know I did. I know I had to. But I've never told him any of this. I've just stopped going with him. He never asked me why. Sometimes I wonder how life would change if people had the power of teleportation. That would put patience in serious jeopardy. How long would we stay in one place, knowing we can leave at any time? As soon as you get bored of something, and you're somewhere else. I wonder how relationships would be if the ability of storming off by literally disappearing would benefit or undermine people's confrontation, their capacity to communicate. I'd hate it if he'd leave an argument like that. I'd chase him, teleport myself to all the places I think he might have gone until I find him. He'd hate me for that, and love me for that. He likes being wanted. I wish I could be there, with him, to be together, without security controls. We love each other. Isn't that enough? Isn't that worth something? Mum used to say love can get through anything, but people can't. People don't get through borders. And borders stop love.